Now, as if you hadn't been counting down the days, you all, of course, know that it's International Pigs in Blankets Day. Dean Diplock from Breaffy House Resort is in charge of the kitchen this morning. And I suppose, Dean, it's been marked with a big X on all of our calendars.
Of course, yeah. It's a major festival. We have to.
Since Paddy's Day. Once you're through Paddy's Day,
the next one down the bar
is Pigs and Blankets
Now,
Day.
look, it seems such a simple thing, but there's so many different versions of it. There's in pastry, we have them wrapped in bacon. At Christmas time, we do the chipolatas. So there's all sorts of different versions of them, but everybody seems to agree it's a sausage of sort wrapped in a bacon, normally smoked, or a rasher, and baked in the oven. Now, important thing about it is it has to be a cooked sausage. I've found if you wrap a sausage that's uncooked, it tends to boil rather than roast, so you end up with a bit of a consistency. Yeah, it's a bit of a softy, mushy thing in the middle. So first of all, cook your sausages off. Now, I have a variety of sausages here, and we were joking earlier when on the clip that we have piglets, pigs, and hogs. It's not the type of pig we're talking about. It's the size of the sausages we're referring to.
Absolutely.
So the little ones are little piglets. As you know, the size 10s sausage in a pound is how they count them. So 10 to a pound, 13 to a pound, or 8 to a pound. So these would be 10 to a pound, and then the very large ones would only be about 4 in a pound. It's a smoked sausage from the Polish shop. It's got cheese inside.
Wow.
So very nice on a grill as well if you're doing a barbecue. And you can wrap them in smoky bacon, and everything tastes better wrapped in smoky bacon.
When it comes to pre-cooking your sausages then?
Just fry them off. Just fry them off. Literally just fry them off and then cool them before you start the process. So here's a cold sausage that we're just going to wrap up with the bacon to do our pigs in a blanket, as it's classically. Just a skewer, just to hold it in place, and then we roast them off. The smaller ones, about a half a streak of bacon that we roll up. Again, the same thing.
Now, this is the tradition, or when people think of pigs in a blanket, or the nibbles at the cocktail party or whatever.
Exactly.
There, you've got your bacon.
There. Now, what you do want to perhaps do, if you have a little sweet tooth, a little bit of honey and mustard over them. Goes very well in the oven.
Before you put them into the oven,
Yes, before you put them in the oven. 180 degrees. Cook them till they're browned and crispy. Takes about 15, 20 minutes, give or take. But remember, they're very hot. So just treat them with a little respect.
Cook up the rasher, really.
If you want to, now that they've cooked and set, you can pull out the cocktail stick. But if you're going to serve it as a cocktail, leave it in it. All right, the other versions that we do are then the pastry versions of classic pigs in a blanket. So we have different versions here. I have a smoked Sicilian sausage. We have the hog that we're talking about there that we've cut up. And again, just very easily acquired smoked, puff pastry from
from the shop, is it?
From your shop.
Pre-rolled or whatever.
Exactly. Some very good quality ones. Just stick it closed, then using a fork, make a little...
And you're sealing it with the egg wash, is it?
Exactly, a little egg wash. And then that's going to go in the oven. The same thing with our other sausages. This is a Vienna. It's also got a cheese in it as well. We can put a little bit of the mustard, or a homemade mustard, or a ketchup, or a chutney. And again, we simply brush the edges, like so.
Now, are these...
them over.
Forgive my ignorance now, as I say weekly. Are these not sausage rolls? No?
No. Sausage rolls is a raw sausage meat that's rolled into it and cooked together.
Gotcha.
These are wrapped in a blanket, basically. But as I said, various different versions. Bit of a sesame seed on it, and I have a little bit of some cracked salt as well. When you do cook your sausages, a little bit of rosemary sprigged on it, a little bit of salt and pepper is perfect. Would you like to try some?
Does the bear do what the bear does in the woods?
Now, another very important thing is the accompaniments that come with it. You know?
Do you make your own, or...?
Well, if you can, fantastic. My mom is a fantastic home cook. She makes her own sweet mustard there. And if you're going to use a ketchup, use a good quality ketchup. Anything above 45% in tomato is going to be a good quality tomato ketchup.
I've never even thought to check how much tomato
do, because a lot of it's just thickening agent and not so much the actual tomato that you want in it. So that's a smoky bacon wrapped around a sausage with about 75% minimum percentage pork in it.
Of pork
so
as
you
well,
want more pork in it for more flavour.
It's gorgeous.
It should be delicious.
It's lovely. How come there's a day for it? It's just because it's the day for everything.
There are celebratory days around the world. We have International Pizza Day. No different to having Women's Day or Men's Day, but it's all about the piglets in a blanket. You'd think it would be around Christmas time, but there's enough going around Christmas time at that time of year. That's good.
I'm full of pig and blanket. Is this like a pig and a blanket in a pig, is what we're saying?
Yeah.
That's what we're...
I'm sure Simon must be salivating at home because it's like Homer Simpson. Everything tastes good wrapped in smoky bacon.
He'd be raging, I'm sure.
Did someone say sausages?
There's
I'm
sausages.
here.
There's lots of sausages.
No, tell me which is which now, because I missed it all.
Okay, so we have some Sicilian sausage over there.
Sicilian sausage.
Yeah. I have a cheesy grilla, which is a
cheesy what?
Grilla.
Cheesy gorilla.
Gorilla, okay.
Grilla.
Yeah.
Okay, over here we have the little ones, the chipolatas wrapped in
And what's the
pastry.
seed on top of that?
That's a black sesame seed.
Oh,
There's a
lovely.
white sesame seed, black sesame
seed.
and then these are the classic chipolata sausages wrapped in smoky bacon or the full pork sausage wrapped in bacon.
Now, can I ask you
As you
something
know.
that's controversial about sausages? I
Yes.
spent time in South Africa. Not South Africa, I spent time in Australia.
Yes.
And they don't have proper sausages.
No.
And what about the braais in South Africa?
You have to have a correct sausage,
you?
otherwise it's not a braai.
Yeah.
No, we have a boerewors, which is known as, which is a beef-based sausage.
See, they don't taste the same.
No, they're not. It's not pork at all. Some of them contain a bit of pork, just for moisture, but it's a beef-based sausage, and there are a good few of them being made in Ireland that are very good. In fact,
Yeah.
they're available in some of the local stores. From the South African shop in Mullingar, I believe there's a team that makes it for Lidl. I've seen on the shelves as well.
Okay, you can pick it up
but
in the shop.
a lot of butchers make them as well.
Make their own. We or
Yeah.
local butcheries make their own sausage as well, and they're quite fatty. And do a lot of people put breadcrumbs into them to make them?
There is a bit of rusk in some
Yeah.
of them because
So
you
what's-
need it to stop it from bursting as well.
Yeah.
And they use a natural casing rather than a synthetic casing.
When you say natural, is that
So it's
actual?
an intestine casing, yeah, which is
Real
what a lot
intestine.
of sausages are made from,
Yeah.
supposed to be made from.
Yeah.
And your classic traditional sausages, your ham, bacon and pork sausages would also be made with a natural casing.
You could do these up beforehand as well, like if you're having a party or a get-together
Oh,
or
absolutely.
a barbecue or whatever.
Fantastic thing about these, you can make a batch, stick them in the freezer. If people unexpectedly arrive, you pop them in the oven from frozen, and they're done in no time. Because everything's cooked on here, it's just the raw bacon on it. As the bacon cooks, the sausage will cook, and it won't go all soft, as I said.
And the house smells lovely.
Yeah.
Which is this one here?
That
Which type of
is
sausage is that?
that's the
That's the
hog
hog.
sausage we
That's the
refer
whole
to.
hog.
It's actually a smoked grilled cheese sausage.
Would you stop laughing at me?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much. These are delicious. I've had a Sicilian sausage already. I'll try the rest of them
I'm
in a
sure you
little bit.
have. Dean, thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Get a recap later on. Now, full recipe details are up on our website. Or, of course, Dean will be in Breaffy House Resort all weekend. If you want to call in to him, say hello, get a few pigs and a few blankets as well.
Yeah.
We'll take a quick break. We'll see you in 3 minutes.
After I finish my sausage.